We have our
Friends of
friend
Woods
of the Woods
Report.
Report, family member,
Hi,
Family member, our new family
Wendy,
member.
how you doing?
joining us, and we're just gonna talk and see. We'll throw us some topics, and then we'll see.
So here we go. That comes on.
You gotta close this.
Hi.
All right, so we're here.
Got it.
We are on YouTube, Wendy. So if you go to YouTube, make sure you turn your volume down. That way you'll see everybody. You'll see all the
I have
people
you on my
commenting.
I have you on my television,
Not no other
but I
option.
turned the
okay.
sound down like you said.
Okay, so it only allows us to do
One
YouTube.
platform at a time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube. So a lot going on.
Yes,
I
it
saw
is.
your emails about Shanquila Robinson,
Yeah.
Oh
Wendy.
God, isn't it? It's absolutely awful because I don't know what you got from it, but they really do treat us differently because you got to remember Ben Crump sent her down. He's one of his lawyers. She stayed in Mexico for over a week. And she said she ran around like a cat with his head cut off. It was crazy.
Wow.
She said they gave her a lot of hassle. Plus, she's Black. She believes that has something to do with it. She said she went through absolute hell. She said, really, the Mendez was supposed to do that. The Attorney General over Mexico, he was supposed to send somebody out there, gather all the evidence, do all that. They do it. Listen, if Ben Crump hadn't went off about 2 weeks ago with that thing outside the White House,
Mhm.
they haven't even started the investigation.
So
And
is
they said
Mexico
the video's not enough proof. I don't know what more they want.
I don't know
Well, then
either.
lock them up for beating her up then.
I was saying yesterday, are they thinking that even though you see the actual violence taking place in the video, that is that 100% proof that that was what actually took her life? Like, did she boom, 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 you get beaten,
Yeah,
get
but
beaten,
they
and
should-
then later on you die from other
Hold on.
causes.
But even that, they should at least, even if you don't even want to go to the whole manslaughter,
Mhm.
they broke so many laws just by doing that.
I know.
By the fight, by filming, all of that.
All of that.
And
all
one
of
of
that.
the Mexican autopsies said she committed suicide. What?
Where did
It's
that
a-
happen between the
I
beating?
don't. It's a mess. It's just a hot mess. But a lot of things that are happening to us are because we're Black, because regardless, Dejanay Jackson should be arrested because there's a warrant out for her arrest. And why can't they get him for just beating her up?
That's what I'm saying. They broke just regular laws.
Is Nancy Grace, can she do anything as a
I
white
don't
woman?
know. I'm not being a lawyer myself. I don't really know. Like, I can't imagine that wasn't enough proof. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
And when you do an investigation, so what, you did it in a couple of days? What, aren't you supposed to dig in and dig in and dig in
Right.
until you get, it's a murder. This woman was an American citizen. Her parents are American citizens. The people in North Carolina are American citizens, and Dejanay is still walking around. She's a psychopath. But a lot of people say she's from Barbados. She could be in Barbados. It's just a mess.
Well,
It's a
I'm
mess.
sure
And
Ben
then
is not going to let
they're
it go.
supposed to assist Ben Crump with this extradition. He got to beg for it.
I wondered too, it's really sad because even the girl who did the act, all three of them, really, it's two of them or three of them,
Mhm.
the guilt that I'm praying for alone, even if nothing happens to them, I'm praying that they are convicted so hard and so heavy that they can't
Mommy,
sleep, they
yeah,
lose
yeah.
sleep, their hair come out, something, because we all witnessed that in the video.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was terrible beating.
So
that
we'll
she
see
took.
what's going to happen. See if Ben is going to, I'm sure Ben is not going to let it go. I'm sure he's going to
He'll
keep
keep
saying something.
No, but we really got to pray for them because that, like what Lenore is saying right now. I remember one of my old evangelist friends used to say, "Trouble them in their dreams and
Yeah.
give them no rest."
No rest.
Mhm.
You know,
So we'll see what's going to happen. Jay
Yeah.
Boogie says, "Hi, ladies. I don't get it either." Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah,
does.
nobody
it,
gets
it, it really made me sick when I heard it. Did.
All right, so let's go to our other story.
Let's share screen, you
Yeah,
saying?
share screen. We're gonna go back and forth because when we leave the screen full, You can't see us.
Right, I
You can
remember
see
from
everybody.
before.
When a tiny
I
little,
remember from
Jay
before.
Boogie says the pain her parents are going through. Yeah.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it repeated every, you know,
Yeah.
if until justice is done,
Yeah, we'll see.
it's like a broken record. You're like, oh, God.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so if
They're in agony. But her father's a strong believer. I know his whole church is praying.
Oh,
I
God.
know,
yeah.
and that's very important.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens here, guys. If you look at the cover of what we talk about, I got to put the cover up. Lanisha Cole speaks out after Nick Cannon forgets their daughter Onyx
Jordan number
Cole
21.
when naming all his children.
He did.
So I guess he
He
goes on.
forgot one.
Oh yeah, he forgot one.
He
Believe it
forgot.
or not, Wendy.
He could have forgot more. She's just the one that complained about it. The other ones is probably understand the assignment. She don't get it.
You gotta tap him on the shoulder and remind him and keep nagging him. Hey, baby number 7. We're baby number 7.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Number
Hey,
10.
Nick Cannon. Don't forget baby number 20.
So on Thursday, Lanisha Cole took to her Instagram story to share a message with the world and seemingly address Cannon's mistake. It's not normal to have our life play out in front of an audience, but this is the age we live in. That being said, no person's path is linear. That there's going to be blind curves, peaks, valleys, and sometimes we make wrong turns or run into dead ends. Simply correct course and get back on your forward moving path. Cole shared that she knows God has her and she's got her daughter. I pray every day for strength, guidance, and peace, regardless of where I'm at on path. I know that God has got me. I've got Onyx. Then she shared an uplifting message written to other mothers. To all the moms out there, take care of your heart with the same love and patience you have for your babies. It's not always easy, but we're built for this. I'm so irritated by her
Why?
because
Well,
she
first
keeps
I'm
making
upset.
it like she's going through this whole thing.
I'm sad
but
that
she allowed herself to go through
But
that.
the thing I'm laughing at, I'm not laughing because it's not funny. We do make mistakes in our life and sometimes we regret it. We learn from it. If we find some spiritual direction, I wish she had used that spiritual direction before she even hooked up with Mr. Cannon.
Or just understand that that's what you wanted. You wanted a sperm donor.
Stop.
No.
Oh,
If you
still
wanted a sperm donor, that's fine.
Well,
But leave him alone.
the
That's what
victim.
he is.
yeah.
He trying. He can only do so much. The man is gonna have 100 kids before he leaves his earth. What are you doing? Oh, you pulling that up?
I was seeing with the grid. There
Oh.
we go.
Okay, so it's not normal to, that's what she typed out. So my thing is, why would you get mad that Nick Cannon, there he is,
Mhm.
Nick Cannon forgets daughter Onyx when asked to name all 12 children?
What number is she, I wonder?
Well, let's see.
You know their names, everyone's name?
I can name all, of course.
You can name every
Yep.
kid. I'm gonna
There
test
you
you.
go,
I got, well, hold on.
Moroccan and Monroe,
Go ahead.
Rock and Roll, Golden, Powerful, and then Zion.
It froze.
Oh man, we only got to number 18. Keep going.
Watch again. Oh, that's only show a little bit of it. How, you know what? And he's actually bragging about that he can name his kids. And
I
then
know.
he missed that one.
And I told y'all I like Howard Stern. He knew he was gonna forget one.
Howard was being funny, wasn't
He
he?
said, "Go ahead and name him."
So that was
she-
Howard Stern show?
That was him on the Howard Stern show. You can stop sharing.
Okay.
That was him on the Howard Stern show.
Actually, it showed us.
But you
Oh,
know
bigger.
what? The thing is, a lot of men have 2 kids and they can't name them.
Yeah. Or well, I don't know. Because here's the thing. What child is this one? Is this number 2?
I don't know
Is
what
this number
Onyx
5?
is. Onyx is more recent.
Oh.
Well, they all recent, but
Like
Onyx
no-
is
like out of
recent.
12, would it be 10?
Like 10 or something.
11?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we know the first 2 was Mariah Carey.
Right.
Everybody
He's gonna
knows,
remember Mariah's
Yeah.
kids with her being married to her.
and he's gonna remember the other one that he had after Mariah. He has 3
Oh,
with her,
okay.
and he has a talk show that he's getting ready to do with the baby mama, the second one.
So he's reminded of that one. 'Cause
Yeah.
the baby mama is kind of in the light. And there.
Yes.
Okay.
And they have a talk show. Yeah, coming up.
That helps keep it
Yeah.
fresh in his
And
memory.
he's gonna remember the one that the child passed away. And then she got pregnant again. So he's
Okay.
gonna remember that one.
So what's this loner? This one.
He should remember her because she's the only black one. This the only dark-skinned black woman he
Just
got.
out of all the baby mamas, she's the darker
Right.
color one.
So he don't remember a black baby.
That's not good, Nick Cannon. Don't remember your little chocolate baby mama. Oh, well.
Oh, poor Nick. But anyway, I just thought that why do women put themselves in situations and then they get mad when it's not, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
she encouraged herself. She said she's got God on her side. I'm hoping she stays focused. Understand that you have your baby's daddy is famous.
mhm.
So you really need to stay focused in your spiritual walk, because right now, what is say the worst case scenario? He totally forgets you.
I
don't
did-
support you at
when he was on the Howard Stern show,
Mhm.
he put the rest of myth. Remember, there was a myth that he was having kids because he wanted to use
He was
their
ill.
kidney or something because he was, or something because he has lupus or something.
I didn't hear that.
And he
one.
said, "No, I'm not harvesting my kids."
I
And they
didn't
were
think
saying
about
all of that.
one. That's a good speculation. I never
Yeah.
thought about that.
You know what scripture he uses? The Bible says, "Be fruitful and multiply." That's why he said that God wants
So
him
you
to
didn't
have,
say with different women.
and they should. Well,
Can you keep the same woman and be fruitful?
that's what his whole thing is.
Well,
And they asked him if he would have more kids, and he said, "Yeah." He's not looking to have more kids, but he would. And Howard Stern said, "Would you have," like, he just named some people, and Taylor Swift. He said he would have one. He would love to have one with Taylor Swift. He probably looking for another famous woman again. Somebody to help, to pay
he
some of
probably
the child
should take some time and sit and read the book of Solomon,
Uh-huh.
the book of Proverbs. Solomon had a lot of issues with all the women he had, and he was being disobedient as well. But all of those scriptures, an angry woman is like a leaking faucet, and he lived it. So maybe Nick Cannon needs to sit and kind of study the Proverbs as far as all these women, because trouble is going to come
Right.
your way, Nick Cannon, as you keep sleeping with these women and having these children in your head to be fruitful and multiply. But no.
All right. All right, move on to our next story. Now, we talked about remember the black people that got kidnapped in, the black people who got kidnapped in Mexico, and they let them go, and then they went on Anderson Cooper, and then they was telling their story. We talked about that yesterday, the black girl and then the black guy.
Mhm.
His leg still shot up, so he's still healing.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not, now this is different, Wendy. The Department of Justice, they talked about it today. You probably saw this on the news too, Mom. The Department of Justice is suing the cartel. Did y'all hear about that?
How's that gonna happen?
Wow.
Go ahead. The DOJ details gruesome crimes by Sinaloa cartel in global fentanyl trafficking crackdown. The DEA administrator called fentanyl the greatest threat to Americans today. The Justice Department on Friday announced a massive crackdown on global drug trafficking network run by the Mexicans Sinaloa cartel. I hope I'm saying their name right. Don't come after me. The cartel.
You said my name wrong.
That is alleged to have committed gruesome crimes against rivals and helped fuel the fentanyl crisis plaguing the United States. In a news conference, Attorney General Merrick Garland announced charges against more than 24 members of this cartel, including 7 arrested in Colombia, Greece, Guatemala, and the US. 4 of those charged are sons of the notorious drug lord El Sharpo.
Okay.
The Attorney General also, they didn't got El Sharpo, now they ain't got his sons. The Attorney General also detailed shocking acts of violence allegedly perpetrated by the cartel network to protect their fentanyl trafficking operations. Rival drug traffickers were led to the cartel's Tigers, dead or alive. One woman was injected repeatedly with fentanyl until she died. One person's limb was shot off by a 50 caliber machine gun, and other victims were tortured via electricity or waterboarding.
Electrocution.
Yeah, they also feed them to the tigers too. I heard that. They feed them to live tigers and stuff. Like they'll bring people over there and do all that. So those black people got off easy.
Wow.
They made a mistake with them.
Social media helped.
Yeah, social media help. So why do you think that we're trying to take everybody's mind off of something else? You can stop sharing.
What do you mean?
Why is the government suing the cartel all of a sudden? When we got all this stuff going on with Trump, we got all this stuff going on with the gun laws here.
I'm thinking with it's that's a case to me going after them, that's gonna be hard to stick. Cause I mean, unless they really, they got enough evidence, they're digging up evidence and they're trying to gather all of their information to come at them. I mean, I always think when you're going after the cartel, you got to really have your guns ready. You got to have your information ready and tight, because that's a big group that you're going after. You're trying to do little by little, get the sons.
Well, they
what's
got
his
they
name?
They probably been watching them for a
long.
long time though.
Mm-hmm.
They've probably been watching them and gathering information for a long time. They're really fed up with that fentanyl. They're saying that, there's a lot of people dying from it left and right. And what they're doing also is they're putting fentanyl in drugs that are harmless, like marijuana. That's legal in a lot of states, but they're putting it in there and there's no way to see it. You can't see it.
They're
They're
lacing.
saying Bobby's son died from that, and Ricky Smiley's son.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, it's fentanyl because it takes you out really quick. And so, they've probably been watching them and observing them for quite some time. And they want to make
their movement.
Yeah, they want to send a message.
They send a message.
So you're saying all this to say as far as tying into that group that went over.
Well, I'm just saying lately everybody's been talking about the cartel. Everything is the cartel, the cartel, the cartel. So it's like, what's going on? So
Under your nose too.
There's a lot going on, and we still getting rid of our
it's like the Wild Wild West over there, in some areas.
Yeah.
So, they're tired of it.
Here.
They're just tired of it.
Yeah. All right. So I just thought that was an interesting story, that all of a sudden now all we hear is the cartel, the cartel, the cartel.
Well, like you saying, a lot of times we don't know what the government is doing, and they could have been doing this for having all of this ready and just decided to announce it,
right?
Because people, and then too, they probably getting a lot of slack from people, because you're saying some people are going over there just to be to take a chance and see if they'll be,
they making it like it's
it's
cool to be in the cartel.
And I'm like, nah, we got
Ma. Remember you asked me, did I hear anything about that 21-year-old snotty nose kid that put all the papers out from our country? The leak, the Pentagon leak.
Yeah, that's
the only story that I heard about that was this one. Liz Cheney says Marjorie Taylor Greene should lose her security clearance for defending the suspect in the Pentagon docs leak.
So what is Marjorie saying? Why she's defending?
Oh my goodness!
He's young and innocent, or what?
Former Rep Cheney criticized Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene for her tweets defending the alleged leaker of the hundreds of pages of classified U.S. documents. Boy, they try to spin a story. They try to spin January 6th. How you gonna spin this boy? You know why she did it, right?
I don't know how
he was part of a group that they pro guns and pro all of that. That's why she's doing it.
Because NRA is having their thing this week.
Well, that's her. He's her kind of guy. This guy is her kind of guy. Former Representative Liz Cheney said Thursday that the GOP firebrand Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene should not have a security clearance after Greene defended the Air National Guardsman suspected of leaking a trove of classified documents. Cheney, a Republican from Wyoming who has come out against the Trump-aligned wing party, said that Marjorie Greene's comments made clear that she cannot be trusted with national security. Why is she on the National Security Committee?
I don't even know.
I don't know why the Republicans don't seem to recognize mental illness. Donald Trump is mentally ill. She's mental. I mean, when it's obvious and they have all those responsibilities. It's irresponsible to even deal with her at all. She needs to be gone.
Hanging on to her for some reason. I
She's
don't know.
mad. She's mad out of her mind.
And she's not over a lot of people in the area where she lives where they can be concerned.
Right.
They can literally write her off, sit her down, shut her up, and they won't lose no sleep.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia defended the alleged leaker, Jack 21, in 2 tweets Thursday night, claiming that the Biden administration was the real enemy and had lied to us from the very beginning. So I guess she's calling him a whistleblower, even though he says he's not. Cheney responded in a post on Twitter saying, Marjorie Taylor Greene makes clear yet again that she cannot be trusted with America's national security information and should not have a security clearance
Of any
of
kind.
any kind.
Any kind.
Ah.
Yep.
So this dude, the charges carry a maximum of 10 years behind bars. That's it.
Are other Republicans not, what are they saying on Fox News?
Nobody's saying nothing what this nut job is saying.
Okay.
Well, I heard them say that what they were concerned about was that it revealed that the United States was spying on many countries, and they're going to be offended by that.
Yeah.
That's what they
that
said.
part of it,
They
yeah.
said that's what they said, that it's going to show that they had a strategy against other countries, and the other countries are probably going to be offended. That's what they
Crazy.
said.
That information alone will hurt.
Well,
us.
since we're talking about the Republicans, we have to talk about the number one Republican, and that's Como.
Comb over, okay.
So Como, I was looking at if I don't know if y'all watch Roland Martin. He gets on my nerves sometimes. Sometimes he says stuff like
Yeah,
this.
it's a hit or miss.
It's a hit or miss with Roland Martin because sometimes he go off on the deep end.
Yeah,
Same
he
thing
can.
with if y'all watch Dr. Boyce. Sometimes I like what he says, and then sometimes I'd be like, dude, you way
You're
off.
crazy now, yeah.
I feel like Roland is off on this.
What'd he say?
He talking about the platform,
Republican?
the Republican platform.
Yeah.
Black men are targeted by Republicans, Roland Blister's mega platform, Rumble. Rumble is like a social media platform.
Mhm.
It's like YouTube,
Oh.
but it's conservative.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So the biggest people on Rumble are Giant Head, what's his name on Fox News?
Oh, the one that made the comment about the fat women and not being able to have kids.
Trump's boyfriend.
Tucker
Who's
Carlson.
Trump's boyfriend on Fox?
Oh, that was he.
Tucker Carlson.
No, the other
The
one.
one that
Tucker don't like
the
him.
one that got in went to jail or was convicted with the beard.
He has his own show.
Oh,
Oh,
I
no.
know what you're talking about, but I can't
Hannity,
think of his
Hannity.
name.
Hannity.
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 You said big head. There's
Hannity,
so many big heads.
Hannity has the number one show, one of the number one shows on Rumble.
Okay.
It's all conservative.
Okay.
It's Trump's sons, it's Trump, it's everybody. And so lately, Rumble has gone out of its way to pull in
People like Herschel Walker.
black, no, that dummy. A wolf. No,
They pulling in the wolf or the vampire.
they pulling in young black men
Uh-huh.
who have a large shows on social media.
Okay.
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 So DJ Academics signed a deal to go to Rumble. So he's
Okay.
gonna have a show on Rumble Network.
Mhm.
And
But he's not conservative.
well, no, these kids today are nothing.
So
They
I-
like us.
So
We
they're
don't- we're
not
nothing.
necessarily pulling conservative kids or young people. They're pulling people who got a lot of followers.
A lot of followers. And they don't talk about politics. They talk about, pouring ice on each other and
I'm
pushing each
surprised
other in
they
the
even- I'm
pool.
surprised
and-
they go for those kind of topics
Because they have millions and millions of
that
followers.
they want to influence.
And it looks like Rumble is trying to shift from just being Hannity
Mhm.
to being more of YouTube, where it's like we got a little bit of everything. And
Yeah, posh
you know.
of stuff.
so Roland
But he
Martin,
don't like that.
he cannot stand it.
Why?
And so he's saying that they are trying to take black men, young black men, and brainwash them
To what?
to be conservative.
Okay.
Now, this is the part I don't like
How you gonna
about,
do that?
well, this is the part I don't like about what Roland Martin is saying.
Okay,
What's wrong with being Republican if
Thank
you
you.
Black?
thank you. Did you have a problem with Colin Powell? You had a problem with him being a Republican?
Why can't Black people be Republican?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We decide not, our preference is not to go either party because it depends on what the prior, as far as what their what's the word?
What they stand
What
on.
they're standing on, because we can go either way with this. But you're sounding like Sunny now on the video.
Yeah, it's too
Because after a while, Anna got mad at her. I don't understand how Latinos can be Republican. Explain to me. And Anna had to kind of like shut her down.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I think a lot of it has to do with Donald Trump, because unfortunately, a lot of people nowadays, I can't say from before, they automatically assume that if you're Republican, you support that, which is not, the absolute truth. So that's what it is, I think, with Black people. They assume if you're Republican, you're supporting a racist. Is that absolutely true? No. The
Yes,
only reason I
Republicans
won't go
say, yeah.
independent is because I want to be able to vote in the primaries. If they add that, I would be independent.
right.
You know,
I
I
just feel-
don't have a great deal of confidence in either side, unfortunately.
So let me
I just-
let me play him and see what he says.
Donald Trump increased the numbers of Republicans got from Black men. We saw the impact of that in the 2018 midterm elections, and then we saw it again in 2020. So you may ask, well, what is at play? And you got the folks out there who, again, and I can tell you, I see exactly what the strategy is, because what Republicans are doing, what they are suggesting is that, you got a group of Black men out there who feels as if no one listens to them, no one talks to them. And so I see how they begin to parrot the right-wing talking points. I see when I did interviews with the Breakfast Club and Vlad TV and Ebro in the mornings, when they jump on these message boards, and you can always see the same language. You ain't nothing but a shield for the Democrats, and you trying to get us to vote Democrat. I had one fool say, you were trying to get us to vote for Hillary. Well, fool, she was running against Trump. So what are you saying? You want a Trump? Same thing. You trying to support Biden? He's running against Trump. And so I need y'all to understand what's going on. So a move took place today, an announcement was made where the right-wing streaming platform Rumble, now they trying to compete with YouTube, all right? But this is an absolute right-wing platform called Rumble. So they signed an exclusive deal with DJ Academics to live stream on their platform 3 to 5 times a week. Now, this is the press release that they put out. Rumble, now this is a publicly traded company, Rumble, the video sharing platform, announced today that the popular media personality DJ Academics will live stream exclusively on Rumble 3 to 5 days a week. Known for his authentic voice, DJ.
Have you considered going solar in Illinois,
Okay.
but afraid of the huge?
So my thing is, what's wrong with that?
Get some water, Ma.
My thing is, what's wrong with that? Why is it such a big deal that DJ Academics wants to go to Rumble?
And that's DJ Academics. That's his decision. So he gonna get dogged out because of that. Dude is trying to get exposure as well. That doesn't mean he's changing his platform on how he thinks about
Right.
things. He wants. I want my show on there too.
So going
We're
from
saying
that,
he's selling out.
so going from that, I wanted y'all to see Gideon, who is another young black YouTuber who has millions of followers. He posted that he met Donald Trump at the UFC thing. I wanted y'all to see this. And I wanted y'all to see everybody in that row, on that front row with Gideon. This is Gideon right here, the black guy. Next to him is Aiden Ross. Aiden is a young white guy, Jewish guy, millions and millions of followers. Aiden has more followers than Gideon, and he's more famous than Gideon. Okay. They love Donald Trump. I want y'all to see this because this is the young generation that's coming up. All of them are 21 and they vote. and they have millions and millions of followers.
Mhm.
This man is not playing when he comes to run again.
Mhm.
And if he is running against Joe Biden, I'm sorry, y'all, you might have to move. If you don't want,
That's
if
why-
you don't want Trump,
That's why.
he may be the president of the United
That's-
States
I
again.
believe that's why the New York and other cities is trying their best to make sure that these accounts that's against him, these criminal accounts, that they start to stick. Because if they can get him arrested and charged and be turned into a criminal,
Yeah.
then that loses his status to run or to stay if he does become
All
one.
right, so watch, but
I had wondered why Bragg hasn't addressed the fact that Trump talked about the judge's daughter, the judge's wife, called him a liar, called him an animal. And I kept saying, why is this man not addressing this?
Does he tell it like it
He's
is?
building a case.
mm,
He's building a case because he could be held in contempt. He was told not to do that. There's some reason why he hasn't responded. He responded to the other guy, but not Trump. He's up to something. He's got a plan.
okay,
Trump-
so let's,
Trump is, before you play it, Trump, when we first started talking about Trump, when he was running from the very first time, people, they are tired of the same old politics.
Yeah.
He was different. He didn't care. He said what he felt.
he's a nut job.
But he
Whether
had
he's a
no
nut job or
integrity.
not,
He had
people were
no
like,
integrity.
yeah, man, talk about his mama. Yeah, man, he don't, you can go and take them files home. You can commander in chief. They love that. He had a lot of gall to do what he did. And young people, unfortunately, a lot of young people are picking up the thing going, yeah, okay, Trump, he ain't bad.
Right,
He ain't so bad.
right.
Go ahead.
All right, so this is Gideon, his video.
Oh, he's here. He's here. He's coming. Go fucking way. Get away. Go away, kitty. Oh my God.
Yeah, like a kid in a candy store.
Okay. Oh, is that a? That's Mr. White.
Trump don't even know who he is. Does he?
Oh, wow. We just no, was that your first time meeting him? Bro, was that your first time meeting him? Well, we can never watch his hand. Ever.
Remember you asked the question, if we were sitting somewhere and he walked by,
Yep.
how would we respond?
Yep,
And people
Not
was
like
saying, I
that.
was saying,
He's
I
like
wouldn't hate
he's
him.
like an action figure for them. You
They-
know,
he-
that's
and- but-
obvious. He's like an action figure walk by, you
I
know,
would say hi to him
like
too.
he's not,
but
it's like he's not real. He's not real. It's a surreal feeling when Trump walks by. And no, I would not be excited. But
here's
I see why you wanted us to watch this, because he definitely is over the top. You know what I mean? But it's surreal for him.
yeah. And I wanted people to watch this because I told y'all Democrats play checkers and Republicans play chess.
I would agree
They
with
have
that.
people out there, they passing all kind of laws. And these young people have no clue that all the laws that they pass
Yes.
are taking away
Yes.
it's changing their world that they're going to be in when they grow, you know what I'm saying, when they get older.
Yes,
But he's such a superstar to them
yes.
that they don't care. They like, he's bigger than
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Larger than
what do
life.
the
Mhm.
Democrats need to do? They need to change up the way that they present themselves.
Well, you know what?
Well, I know the young guys, Justin Jones and Justin Pearson, they're a good example of where the Democrats need to go, because they're not into all this traditional of men. They
Right.
have fresh and new ideas. You can say what you want to say about those young men, but I tell you what, ain't nobody else doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to respect that. You got to respect that. And they represent the new generation of young people. And they weren't really even fighting for black people. Most of those kids were white. So that's good too, because you want that neutrality. I mean, I'm black and I'm proud always, blacker than black. I'm proud of being black, but I'm not anti-white either.
Right.
I'm not anti-white. And I believe that Pearson and Jones are an example of what's to come. I almost had a vision when I saw them speaking. I had I had a whole thing went on. Like God was telling me, there's the future right there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so I believe they need to listen to people like that. They
Yeah.
need to listen to the young people with their new, fresh ideas, and they were bold and they were intelligent. So I think that's where the Democrats need to go. I'm tired of looking at all these old people got one foot in the grave. We need
Right.
some new ideas. It's a new world.
But what they do is they take just like Pearson. Remember, I told you I saw him on the Breakfast Club. And
Yeah,
I
he was-
did like what he
and
said. And then
because
I
you
saw
said
Ed
that, I
Elliott
watched
Chopper
it.
said that he
Yeah,
liked what
because
he
you
did.
said that, I watched it, and he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know,
Keep it-
he's a little
let's-
guy, but he's not a baby. He's 28 years old.
Yeah.
Let's keep an eye on, and here's another thing, the Democrats, as well as the Democrats getting themselves together, how both sides, because the word has always been out with the Republicans not being relatable to the young generation, and they're trying to find ways to do it. Rumble is trying to do it. Finding these, like a DDG, hey dude, you got a time slot for us? Because we know you got a lot of young people following you. Yeah, we know all of them may not even be Democratic. We don't know, Republican, we don't know. We just hope to change the whole narrative. But let's keep an eye on the NRA, and that's going to be coming up. They got a convention coming up. When we see the problem is with the Republicans, and they need to get together too, because right now Trump is like, hey, you got DeSantis, you got Pence, Cheney, all of these people that's part of the major Republican Party, they're all going to be at that NRA.
They're not going to do nothing.
It's not about what they're going to do. I'm just saying, watch the narrative play when they're all together, including Trump. Because what's going to happen is they got to be very careful. They got to tread lightly, because there's going to come a time in situations where they're going to have to go head to head with Trump and his popularity and his shiny objects and all that he's been doing, all the rhetoric for the last 5-6 years. How is DeSantis? How is Pence?
Stop kissing
so
that
keep
ring.
an eye on that.
As Kim always says, they got to stop kissing that ring.
They kissing the ring. And here's the thing. How can you not, when you watch stuff like what I just showed you, when you have young people who have millions and millions of followers who follow what they say, and these guys losing their minds because they meeting Trump. Nobody's gonna do that if Pence walk in the building.
I'm just saying.
Or if Liz Cheney walk in the building, or DeSantis.
It's like a cartoon, you know what I'm saying?
And like you're saying, you trying to grab these young people to vote.
Obama had that.
Yeah.
If let's go rewind time back.
And
if that was an event and Obama walked in that building, they would have had that same. Oh my God. Oh, it's Obama. Who is that for the Democratic Party?
That's right. These young men like Justin Pearson and Justin Jones, they don't give a daggone hoot. And really what they did that was so exceptional was they weren't afraid to tell the truth. They turned the mics on. What did Pearson do? He got a bullhorn. He didn't care. You have to not care about what you believe in. I don't care if it's tradition. I don't care if it's against the rules. That's what we need. Somebody that's not going to pay none of that no mind. Have a passion. I saw glimmers of Malcolm. I saw glimmers of Adam Clayton Powell. And the other one, I saw glimmers of Martin in the way he preached. I saw potential for change that we need right now. Everything is going mad. What does it say? If you don't learn from the past, it'll repeat itself. Insanity's doing the same thing
over and over
again. Different results. We need a change. We need a change. We need somebody who's not scared, somebody to go against the grain. And that's what Justin Pearson and Justin Jones are doing. And I believe it is what is it called? It's a time of turnaround. Things are turning around. People
So
better
let's see.
recognize it.
Let's see on the national level what's going to happen, because it looks like Biden is going to run for president of the United States. And what happens is, because I feel like he's going to be such a weak candidate, that we have to drum up some things to take everybody's mind off of it. And that's why I think you have
Oh, I
things
see
like
what
this
you're
cartel
saying.
thing and all
I
these
see what
other
you're
things
saying.
are going to come up.
Yeah,
Yep.
I see
They have
exactly what
to.
you're saying.
They have to, because if they don't, Trump is going to run away with this thing.
I don't know.
Well, did you see? I don't know the black guy. Do you know there's a black guy considering running? I don't know what his name is. Have you seen him?
You talking about Tim Scott on the Republican side?
Is
With
that
his
his name?
long head.
Yeah.
Is
What's
he
he about? I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, he's running. I
Can he
used
do
to like
anything?
him.
Does he have any power? You don't like him?
No, I used
Why,
to.
you don't like him?
Let me tell you when I liked Tim Scott. When Tim
I
Scott
don't know
first
about
came
him.
out,
Please tell me.
he was the type of, he was Republican, but he was more along the lines
Was he like
of,
Colin Powell?
he ain't never been like Colin Powell, but he was closer to Colin
Oh,
Powell
okay.
until Trump got in and ruined everything. But he was more on the other side, more of financial responsibility type of Republican.
Mhm.
There should be police reform. He was working on a police reform bill and all kinds of things.
Mhm.
This man and did a whole turnaround. And he is now, you could tell he doesn't like Trump, whatever, but he is a person that is now so in the pocket with everything that's going on with the Republican Party right now.
Mhm.
He has no middle ground anymore. Before, he used to be kind of like, what was the one that passed away? What's her name's father? The Maverick.
Oh,
McCain.
McCain.
He used to be
Oh,
more like
yeah.
McCain, because remember
Oh.
McCain would see both sides. Him and Joe
Yeah, I
Biden.
remember.
And I would have probably,
Yeah.
was he
I like
running?
McCain.
Obama. But now,
He was a good candidate for Republican
but
Party
Tim
at
Scott
that
is
time.
so on the other side now. He's alienated Black people. He wasn't for the he voted
What?
against the George Floyd bill.
Oh,
He's
hell
not
no.
going to get the Black
Reason for
vote.
that.
He's not going to get the Black
Why
vote.
would you vote against the George Floyd?
And you're a
bill?
Black man.
Any
No,
man you wouldn't want
no,
a cop
no.
doing that.
I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody that's worthwhile. I know Kim always says that DeSantis is, terrible. I can't stand him. The only thing I like about him is that he's smart.
Yeah,
But
which
he's
is
smart in the
worse.
wrong way. What really pissed me off about him is the books he's taken out. That kind of stuff about him I can't stand. So I don't know. Biden, we got him in there because he stopped Trump. But people are so fed up with him now. I don't know what they're going to do.
But I'm sorry, DeSantis is worse than Trump, y'all. DeSantis
I
is
don't
worse.
like him.
He just banned. If you're a person that's trying to have pull for women's right to choose, forget about it in
Yeah.
Florida, because he just passed a law in Florida. What was it? The 6-week law banning any abortions after that. So he's like a little mini monster for Florida.
And let's not forget when he took those people and put them on a plane and sent them somewhere else.
Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
He's worse than Trump. The worst you're gonna
he's
get from Trump is he's
ruthless.
gonna go to
But that's
UFC
why I-
games and
well,
stand
that's
and pose with
Smarter
people.
That's
than
what I'm
Trump,
saying.
which makes him more dangerous.
And that's
More
what I'm saying.
dangerous.
If he's not connected to a younger generation that is looking for an answer, that's what I'm saying. Look at the activities that go on at the NRA. He's going to be speaking via satellite.
Okay.
Pence is going to be there. Trump is going to be there. All eyes is going to be on this convention because
They're
we're
just
going
gonna
to
take our
They're
government
having,
away from us.
They're having that on the same day on purpose as Al Sharpton's having one too. Matter of fact, he said Pearson, they invited Pearson and they invited Jones. I saw it on MSNBC. So the same day the NRA is having their thing, they deliberately are having the same type of thing for guns on the same day. I think it's in Washington, but I'm not sure. But it's another thing going on with our people on that day. What's the name of Sharpton's organization? I forget.
Oh,
But
I know
anyway,
what you're talking about.
his organization will be there.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Okay.
Not the
Yeah.
Raymond. That's what's his
But
name.
see, what you showed us though, for some reason, I didn't feel any I wasn't nervous
No, not nervous.
about, I'm saying some people may be concerned.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't concerned so much as the Hollywood part of Trump is there. He's a
Yeah.
celebrity apprentice.
He loves
He's
it.
been in movies. He's been in, they even mentioned his name on the old shows that I watch.
Oh, yeah.
Sitcoms mention him. And Barbara Walters,
Mhm.
Joy from The View, about his wedding, his wives before.
Mhm.
He's a celebrity.
Yeah.
He's
He
big
loves
for that. And he's
He
a
loves it.
celebrity that's very vocal and don't care how you feel. And you would be next to him, you're gonna be famous just because of that. So I get that part of it, but when it actually comes to going to the voting
Are they
booth,
gonna vote for him?
are they gonna vote for him? If they
Yeah.
all on Rumble, if all of the athletes get on
Yeah,
Rumble,
that's a
all
very
of the
good point.
YouTubers
That's
get
a
on
very
Rumble.
good point, because a lot of people are scared of him, but when they get behind that curtain, nobody knows what they're doing.
You
I
don't
don't want
know.
this crazy man in there.
So
I
that's
like
Yeah,
him. No.
I agree
So
with
that's
you
what we're gonna look
on
at.
that.
Let's watch
Yeah.
and see.
Yeah,
Does the celebrity pan over to voting?
yeah.
Or are people just excited at him being a celebrity?
That's
That's
it.
what I was telling y'all about when I said, would y'all be mad if y'all saw a picture of us?
Us talking to him.
'Cause y'all would be like,
with him.
But you will never see me doing that. Never, I can't wash my hand. It's coming. No.
I'm not
No.
that girl. I have never been that girl. It's not
But my mom, if Trump, let's see y'all, if we were sitting someplace and Trump was coming over to our table, Mom, would you be excited?
Yeah, I would.
What did she say? I couldn't hear.
She
Yes.
said yes. That's the celebrity
But
status
would you
of this
vote for
man.
him? Would you vote for him?
No.
But she wouldn't vote for him.
No.
So let's see. We gotta start separating celebrity
Uh-huh.
Trump with
Commander
President
in chief.
Trump. Some people can be excited at the fact that people get excited over OJ. For God's sake.
Yes.
If OJ came up to be like, oh my God, it's OJ Simpson.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to get into the OJ argument. If I
And you
talk
know
about
what?
OJ, we'll be fighting, huh?
And you
I said,
never
if I-
know.
I'm not going to talk about OJ because I
Wendy
know
be
it'll
taking,
be
Wendy
an
be like,
argument.
I don't care who you are.
But I
I
get
don't
what
want
you're
your
saying.
autograph.
You know what my mother would say to Trump? You're terrible. You're terrible. And she'll take the picture.
See?
You're terrible. You're
I
terrible.
watch you every
Now,
day.
that's
You're
what I was
terrible.
talking about the other day when I said you're going to hell, because what I was thinking, originally it was a joke. But
Wendy.
at the same time, I believe I have the anointing.
Uh-huh.
If I said, you know you're going to hell, right? He would either ask me another question, which God would give me an answer for, or he would walk
Uh-huh.
away. But guess what? He would never forget it.
No, is that woman that told
black
you?
lady told me I'm
and water
right.
that seed. And I want him to, I'll be serious about it. To me, that is love.
Yeah.
That's-
Rather
say
than
Milana.
walk around and blindly,
Mhm.
nobody wants to confront him. If
Yeah.
I worked for Michael Jackson, I would be the one person that told him, fire me, I'm not going to stand here and watch you
That's
die.
right.
Somebody's
gotta
got
give
to
him a-
have the guts. And if I
Wendy.
said that to Trump, I believe I'm anointed in such
You
a
would-
way. He would
You
have
would have to give him an
nightmares.
ultimatum,
He
though.
would
Wendy.
have
You would just,
nightmares.
well,
I
Wendy,
believe
the
that.
challenge,
You only can't
the
say that.
challenge that I'm saying, you wouldn't just say you're going to hell because you don't know that. You
No,
can
no, no,
say,
no,
if you
no, no,
don't
no.
do this,
It
you're
would be
going to hell.
totally, it would be totally. it
'Cause
would
he
be
could give his
totally
life to
provoke a
Christ.
thought in his head that that's a possibility.
Right.
There you
You
go.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So,
get
of
it.
course,
I
I don't
get
know if he's going to hell. I don't wish him to go to hell. But I
Right.
remember when my brother got sick, I won't get into the details, but he was very, very sick. And at one point, he was so sick because he was a party animal.
Mm.
Good guy, good husband, all that, father, good, but he was a party animal. And when he got so sick, he couldn't move. I remember I had the thought, I'd rather see him be sick because he got closer to the Lord. I'd
Mm.
rather see him be sick and go to heaven than party, 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 and have the possibility of going to hell.
What does
Mhm.
it say? You
So
gotta
I
go
could
with one
change and
eye.
say, I have a good, if you keep going this way, I can guarantee you,
What now?
you will go to hell.
Which one?
Period. If you
Because
keep this way in this action, you're going to go to hell. You have to make a change.
It's like the scripture
that's
about
where you're
going to heaven lane with losing an
But
arm,
that,
losing an
our
eye.
personalities are different because I remember you and Kim said something about you say, oh, I love you, God bless you. That's just not my personality of love. My love is
Mhm.
different.
But
Yeah.
you
I have a
gotta-
different, you know what I mean? I'm a different
I think-
personality.
I think the point we were making
Yeah.
is Kim made it really clear,
Yeah.
just be led.
Yeah.
Don't go on your own flesh. At that moment, you don't know what God gonna have you say.
Like I love what Kim's been saying for the last 2 shows. Work out your own
Right,
salvation.
right.
I love that.
That's a personal
Yeah.
relationship with
Because
Christ,
you may
and he
think
knows
it
how
looks
to
like
deal with it.
Wendy's doing this, or it looks like Lenore's doing that, but I could be wrong. I don't
Yeah.
know what God lets you to do, and it might
That's
look
right.
crazy.
I just want to be led.
But
That's all.
I guarantee you, with everybody has a different anointing. I guarantee you, if I looked in Donald Trump's eye and say, you know, if you keep going this way, you're going to go to hell. I believe, because that's what one of my anointings.
I
He
like
would
how you said it
never
that way.
forget it. And to me, that's love. That's
Yeah.
love. You
Okay.
say, hey, wake up.
No,
what are
no,
you
no.
doing?
You
Right.
you clarified it when you said if you keep doing
Yeah,
it.
right.
I don't like when people quickly go, you're
Right.
going to hell.
Okay.
You're going to
I don't do that. You know why
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
do
saying.
that? Because it's been done to me so many times.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
gone to
Okay.
church. I've gone to, when I used to be, I weigh about 155 now, and I'm 5'3". When I was young, I weighed like 98 pounds my whole life. I hated it. So I would wear something that had a split on the side or something. So I would look like a woman. I was a stick. Well, but my point is that the sisters in the church didn't like that. And they said, well, that's licentiousness. I said, well, what is that? They said, it's artificial, it's seductive. And I'm looking at her like, but you have on a wig, isn't that artificial?
Yeah.
My point was that, you know, you don't know why. They didn't know I felt like I wasn't feminine. I wasn't trying to be a slut or a whore. I
Mhm.
felt like I didn't look like a girl because I was so bony.
Right.
They wasn't
and this
discerning
is
your
what-
heart, your whole intent. Yeah.
You don't know what's going on in a person's heart or in their mind. And I've often had it address that type of boldness. I remember having a prayer class, and they said, is there any circumstance under which you would kill? And everybody in the class said no. And I said yes. And they said, well, when is that? I said, if I walked in on somebody hurting a child, I'm not going to say I would set out to kill them, but I would do whatever it takes, and it could result in death, because I'm not going to be, I don't care whose child it is. I'm not going to stand there and allow it to happen. So my point is being that it sounds sometimes like I'm a hard person. I'm not. I think the only thing I do right for God is love. Everything else I mess up.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just saying.
it. You flowing. That's it.
Okay. So I agree. I'm saying that if we all will see how we are, actually, we probably will never run into the man, so we'll never have to worry about
But we've
that.
never been
But
Stargate.
that's a good
No,
question.
but let's
That's
see.
a good question.
Yeah. All right. So Lenore always wants to know who Charlemagne the God's donkey of the day is. You always want to know the
This is a
donkey of the day.
Okay.
So today's donkey of the day from Charlemagne the God on the Breakfast Club is AI clones a teen girl's voice in a $1 million kidnapping scheme. I've got your daughter. Now, this is the latest scheme that's going out, guys, so be wary of it. It was a dead ringer for her daughter. Artificial intelligence has taken phone scams to a frightening new level. An Arizona mom claims that scammers used AI to clone her daughter's voice so they could demand $1 million ransom from her as part of a terrifying new voice scheme. I never doubted for 1 second it was her. Distraught mother Jennifer told WKYT while recalling the bone-chilling incident. That's the freaky part of that really got me to the core. This bombshell comes amid a rise in caller ID spoofing schemes in which a scammer claims that they've taken a recipient's relative hostage and will harm them if they aren't paid a specific amount of money. Now, this Arizona resident recounted how she received a call from an unfamiliar phone number, which she almost let it go to voicemail. She remembered that her 15-year-old daughter, Bree, was on a ski trip. So she answered the call just to make sure that there was nothing wrong. That simple decision would turn her entire life upside down. I picked up the phone and I hear my daughter's voice. It says, "Mom," and she's sobbing. The petrified parent described, I said, "What happened?" She said, "Mom, I messed up." And she's sobbing and crying. Then later on, she talks about how the guy gets on the phone. He says, if you want to see your daughter again, then you need to give us $1 million. And then you can't call the police. You know the whole thing. You can't call the police. They try to keep you on the line like they did you, Mom, when a scammer called my mother. Try to keep her on the line because they don't want you to call and see if the person is, this is not them. So the whole point is, she initially paid, thinking that she was saving her daughter. Yeah, so she ended up losing. But the point is that the police are trying to tell you to watch out. This scam is out there. And what they do is they follow your kids' social media. They know when they're on trips, like how she's skiing there. So they know, oh, she's gone on a ski trip. So
I missed it. How did they get her voice?
They go to their social media. And if somebody has they can get our voice just going on our social media, all these videos we have.
Okay.
And our AI can form sentences with our voice and can talk like us.
Okay.
And what they also have machines that can impose, like if you're talking, right, it can put my voice in your mouth. And that's the thing that you have the record labels are fighting against now.
They did something with Obama.
Yeah.
A video with Obama saying something and he didn't.
He didn't say it.
Yeah.
So Charlemagne said, everybody's so scared about the future, it's already here.
Right.
AI is already here.
It is.
And it's already taken over.
Recognizing
And I was sitting there thinking, how would you know if somebody called you and they had your person's voice?
They sound like you.
Your daughter, your mother, your sister, your friend. So we have to come up with a secret word, y'all. And I keep trying to tell you to come up with a secret word so that if it's you or if you're in any harm or something, you may not be saying it, but I know something is wrong because you're saying something different than what you're supposed to say.
I don't know if that'll even help.
I don't know. And then I was thinking of, it's not even in the far future that they're going to have simulation where you're going to think the person is standing in front of you and they're not even going to be there. Did you come in the house last night? And the person going to be like, no. And it's going to be a simulation coming in your house. That's going to look like a hologram. That's going to look like your family member.
It's going to be awful because you ever try to make a phone call and it'll ask you a question. It kept saying, do you want to return this package? I said, yes. It said, okay, what is the problem? And I said, I need a refund. And then it went back. Do you want to return this package? Well, we want to send you to the operator because you need, in other words, I was trapped. There was nothing I could do to get out of that maze. Every time I did what they told me to do, it would search me to another department. It was crazy. And it was nothing I could do to get out of it.
Because sometimes you'll find yourself saying customer service.
You sign in.
Yeah, customer service. Well, we need to know what the purpose of your call, customer service. It's almost like you got to force the system to go to customer service.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But they're getting better now. That's what I'm saying. That's why he gave it Donkey of the Day, because scammers are using, and he also said he disagrees with the lawmakers not putting a kind of a stop to it. Remember Elon Musk and some of the other billionaires said that Congress needs to put a stop to the AI thing, and they're not listening. It's going to get worse. It's going to be where the scammers are going to be using your voice to go into your accounts. Like I can use, like if you have a voice thing, it'll be like, it only recognizes your voice. So they'll just take your voice and then go into accounts and stuff. So Charlemagne was not happy about it. The lady getting robbed. She wasn't happy about it because she thought that was her daughter. That was, that was being kidnapped. So what do you do if that's actual person's voice?
I don't even know.
Asking for money.
That's a tough one.
It is.
So Wendy, your son calls tonight and says, "Ma, can you send me $100? Cash at me $100." And you hear his voice saying, "Can you cash at me $100?"
I would do it because I don't want nothing to happen to him.
And you would think that's him because it's his voice.
Yeah, I would
it's his
think it was
voice.
Well, I'm
him,
telling you now, it's
and I would
spiritual.
go out of my way to get the money to him immediately, because first of all, my son doesn't ask for money. So I
That's-
know if he asks for money, oh my God, he must be in trouble. He doesn't, I don't think my son's ever borrowed more than $20 from me, and I can't remember when he last did that. So I
See,
would
that's
be,
why you
I
gotta
would say
come up with
something's
something.
really wrong. Something's wrong because he never asked me for money. He must be in trouble. You
So
know
that's
what
why
I'm
I
saying?
think y'all need to come up with something that you can say that you know either he's in trouble, he can't speak, like something that's so off the mark that he wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like if your
Right.
grandfather's gone or something, you could say, do you want Herbert to send it to you? And then he'll be
Right.
like, yes, get Herbert to go down and give it to me. You'll be like, that's my grandfather Herbert, and my son knows Herbert's been gone for 20 years. So it gotta
Right.
be something you gotta put in
I
there
don't
that you
I
know.
don't even know if that'll work because
I don't know.
my mind wouldn't think that.
Oh,
I wouldn't be that creative because I got scammed too, and it was real stupid.
Mhm.
So
You
Kim,
did?
when I told Kim about the scamming, Kim said, Lenore, why didn't you not do this? Why didn't you? And I'm sitting there going, yeah,
She got scammed from somebody
Facebook.
on Facebook. It's inboxed her
Mhm.
Oh,
and
that's
asked her.
another. See, that's another thing.
Ask for money.
The law has not caught up with technology.
I
Nope.
know.
It
I know.
hasn't.
And mom, remember they tried to
guy,
scam you?
that guy with TikTok, right? When
Yeah.
he came into court, I'm telling you, Kim and Lenore, those old people didn't understand what TikTok was, how it works.
Mm-mm.
They were clueless. They didn't know. I can't say all the terms. They didn't know what IP address was, or
Yeah.
none of that.
Yeah.
So you
thank
know, where do we start? It's like trying to get rid of racism. It's so everywhere. This is systemic. It's
It's a different
And
level of
everywhere.
criminal
Did
activity.
you ever notice if you, okay, I wanted to talk to somebody about a dermatologist.
Uh-huh.
I made a phone call about a dermatologist. I don't know how all of a sudden I'm on my Facebook page, one dermatologist after another,
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
It's all hooked up with each
What
other.
the heck is that?
And let me tell you the real spooky one. Just sit in your house and say something like, I think I should get my blinds. Maybe we should get new blinds. You don't even have to be on the computer or the phone, and you'll see advertisement for blinds. That's your
Yes.
phone is listening to you. Your
Yes.
phone is listening to you.
One day I had Siri say to me, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, yeah, it does
I
that.
turned around and said, I didn't say anything. What is that? Yeah,
My
I'm telling
phone
you,
has done
so
that.
technology, the law is nowhere near
Yeah.
caught up with technology.
Has your
And,
phone done that? My phone has done that. My phone will
Yeah.
say, can you repeat that? And I'll be like, what?
Yeah.
So it's listening all the time. It's listening all
Yeah,
the time.
something's to
But
it.
you mentioned TikTok. Montana became the first U.S. state on Friday to pass legislation banning TikTok on all personal devices.
No, I
Banning
like
a bill to
TikTok.
Governor Greg Gianforte prohibiting TikTok from operating within state lines. This is today, guys, 49 minutes ago.
Montana.
Oh my
Montana
God.
bans TikTok.
What do they do to you if you do use it?
You can't use it. It's probably on your phone. You probably can't get
But
it.
that's
It's like in
not
the
right
state
to
of
do
Montana.
things like that to us.
They can block it.
Lord have mercy.
Banned in Montana, the
Mm,
first
mm.
state. You don't think all the other states are gonna follow
They're
suit?
gonna follow suit. Yeah.
I
Because
thought, man, I thought America was so different before COVID came. I
Nah.
had no idea that the people over us don't know what in the HU know what is going on. They really don't.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to get COVID together. They don't know how to control Trump. It's just the system is really
losing
screwed up.
control.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these I keep saying it, these Pearson and this other guy, people like them, I don't care if they white, black, or green, it's gonna take that kind of truthfulness and boldness to say, get out of here with all them rules. This is better. All this stuff y'all been doing since Abe Lincoln was alive. What's going on? First of all, I don't think that they should be able to stay in office their whole freaking life. making
Yeah, there needs to be
$250,000
policy,
a
yeah.
year. They should be able to say that 10 years, 20
A
years
time
minimum,
frame.
10 or 20 years minimum.
I
It's
agree.
just ridiculous. And listen, what about Clarence Thomas?
Oh, that man.
Ain't
All
that
the little
something?
trips, all the trips. and
Yeah,
stuff.
Nita Hill must be
Guys,
laughing her backside off.
Everybody had concerns with him when we go back to what's her name?
You
The
remember
whole-
that
Anita,
trial?
Anita
Anita-
Hill.
Anita Hill
That
situation.
trial was terrible. It was so
It was. It
embarrassing.
was
And her
awful.
elderly grandparents, I mean, parents had to sit there and listen to all that vulgar mess. It was horrible.
Maybe this is the root, what is, maybe that don't fit that. Rooster's coming home to roost.
No.
Well, it
This is-
could, because he did so
Planet.
much.
Oh, yeah.
Seems that his planet is coming back now.
Oh, yeah, you can say that
He's
again.
not a good
Yeah,
man.
Chickens
Yeah,
come
he's been
over.
doing a lot. It's about time for him to get caught.
Yeah. So that was it, y'all. That was all the stories for today.
Okay.
You didn't have to type, Wendy. You was able
It was a
talk.
pleasure. I like to see y'all and be able to interact, and back and forth. I like that. But you
Thank
always ask me if I have anything to add. I
Yes.
just want to say this one thing. Please pray for Shanquilla's family.
Yeah.
Because just think about this for a minute. Everybody saw her get beat to death. They left her in a chair in Mexico.
Mhm.
Nobody is assisting Ben Crump or Sue Ann
Bad.
Robinson. They need prayer. Her father is a devout
Yeah.
Bring
Christian.
closure to this.
We have to really pray for her because the law's not going to help her. God's got to
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
So
It would be
that's-
different, like you saying, Wendy, it would be different if there was no video coverage at all.
Yeah. Can you
But the
imagine her
fact that we
mom?
all saw.
We saw that girl jump her and then they
They
didn't.
saw,
Oh,
they saw their daughter get murdered. They got to validate sleep.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
No
you.
justice, no peace,
No sleep.
agony, no sleep.
no sleep,
Yeah.
no rest.
Yeah. That's why Jay
Yeah.
Boogie says the pain her parents are going through.
Thank you.
So I
Yeah,
agree
my
with
heart
that. So
aches.
everybody pray.
Mhm.
Pray for
That-
Shanquilla.
Call Robert
Robinson.
Mendez in Washington. That's the one that's in charge of the case. But anyway,
Okay.
that's what I wanted to say. It's good to see you, ladies.
Yes. Did you want to close us out, Wendy?
And that was.
No, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, don't forget
all
to
there.
like, share, and subscribe and get all this good information.
Yes. Always
Okay.
believe.
Always
And
believe.
always, forever believe.
Uh-huh.
And that was
Another Woods Report.
all right. See you
Have a
next
good
week.
weekend.
Have a blessed weekend.
Have a blessed weekend.
Stay
See you,
safe.
Mom. See you, Mom.
She's back there with her clothes. She said